How would you like to get free energy bills on your house for 5 years? Well, with Octopus Energy's new scheme, that is going to be possible. Hi, my name is Justin Goldie. I'm one of the founders here at Golden Homes, and today we're going to be deep diving into Octopus Energy's brand new scheme where they are offering newly built homes 5 years of free energy bills. So Octopus Energy is actually the leading UK energy supplier. They currently have a 22% share of the current energy market, and that equates to 6.8 million households. Now that's just their residential share of the market. They're obviously in commercial and all that as well. Now, Octopus Energy was founded in 2015 by entrepreneur Greg Jackson, and since then they've led the way in green initiatives. However, this new scheme that they have just brought in is set to revolutionize the energy market. They call it Octopus Zero Bills standard. Now, what this is they're offering current developers that are in the property market an opportunity to get free bills on the house for a minimum of 5 years, but up to a maximum of 10 years, free energy bills from the person who purchases that house. Now, to achieve this, you'd have to have a different array of systems installed. So this would include installing a solar panel, a heat pump, and a battery to store the energy that you generate from the solar panels, all within the house. The system will also have to run off Octopus's technology, which is Kraken, and this will optimize all the technology together and run it in the most efficient way. So in this video, we're going to deep dive into the exact costs of all this equipment and also a breakdown to see whether this is actually worth it for us as property investors and as homeowners. Another additional benefit of this system is that Octopus Energy are not just partnering with developers. They've also partnered with Perenna, the UK's first covered bond bank. And they've done this to allow homeowners purchasing these properties to allow them to get better access to better rates as well as more affordability, because Perenna actually sees the benefit and the affordability in these houses, in that it's going to actually save the people owning them on average about £1,800 per year. So they're willing to offer better rates and a higher affordability. Essentially, they'll have a higher purchasing power than if they would go with other banks. With domestic heating currently accounting for 14% of the UK's current carbon emissions, it's a no-brainer that this scheme is paving the way to a greener future. However, this does not come for free. Octopus have set out strict requirements to meet the standard to achieve a free built home. Now, this is going to be installing an array of systems, which will be some solar panels, a heat pump, and a battery. Now, at the end of the day, this is going to allow developers to market these properties at a bit of a premium compared to properties that do not have this technology in. So is it worth it for people purchasing these properties? Well, let's have a look at the costs. So firstly, we have heat pumps. Now here you have two main options. The first option is a Daikin heat pump. Now, they have quite a few different heat pumps that you can choose from that integrate with Kraken. However, the cost will set you back around £15,000 for an 8 kilowatt air to water heat pump. This will include the entire system installed, including the tank inside the house, as well as some plumbing throughout. Your second option is the Octopus Energy Cozy 6. Now, this obviously integrates a lot better with Kraken, and this comes at a price of £10,500. So the next bit of equipment that you'll need to install in your property is solar panels. Now, the cost of solar panels are obviously going to vary depending on the size of your house. Because this is the only way that the property is going to be generating electricity, the system will need to generate between 8 kilowatts and 12 kilowatts, somewhere between that. Now, obviously, that is quite a big difference, and it will require quite a few solar panels, even for an 8 kilowatt system. On smaller houses, you may even need to do both sides of the roof to achieve even just 8 kilowatts. So what are the costs? Well, an 8 kilowatt system just for the solar panels is going to set you back around £12,000. And then you're going to have to pay for labour to install that as well. So the labour cost is going to be around £1,800. This will bring the total to an installed system of 8 kilowatt per hour will be around 13,800. Now the roof space required for this is around 50 meters squared. The 12 kilowatt system is a bit more pricey, and this comes in at around £18,000 just for the solar panels, with £2,400 for labour to install them, bringing the total to £20,400. The total square meterage needed to install these panels will be around 80 square meters of roof space. Now, of course, there are so many different solar panels out there. You can get very efficient ones, which you would need smaller amount of roof space for, but these come at a much higher cost. So the costs given here are on the average solar panel price. You do get very cheap ones, then you need a lot more solar panels, but you get quite expensive ones where you can use a lot less. So it's whatever works best for your property. So the last bit of equipment that you will need to pay for to install in your house is a battery. And no, it's not your car battery, it will be a home storage battery. This is to ensure that any energy generated from the solar panels is not lost if it is not used, and it is stored in a battery. Another benefit of this is that most energy companies actually offer cheaper tariffs during the evening when the need for electricity dies down. So you can charge these batteries up on the cheaper tariff and use it when the tariffs are higher during peak times. So how much do the batteries actually cost? Well, they vary quite a bit. Of course, this is quite a new technology that is coming out in recent years with the lithium-ion batteries, but I'd always recommend going for the top brand. And right now, that is actually the Tesla Powerwall 3. This comes at a cost of around £8,000 in the UK, and you can have it installed, and this can also be installed on the exterior of your property. They are waterproof and work quite well outside as well. So is it actually worth it to install all of this equipment into your property right now? Well, with a low end cost of around £32,500 and a high end cost of around £43,500, this is going to be quite an expensive outlay. However, these systems do have an estimated lifespan of around 30 years. So on average, this is going to cost you £1,200 per year. So of course, Octopus Energy are currently only offering this to new build homes. So they're offering it to the developers. And this is going to benefit them in giving them an additional selling point when they come to sell the property. You know, hey, this property is going to have 10 years of no bills. That's going to put a premium on the property for the developers. However, how can we look at this from a property investor's perspective where we're purchasing properties that are already existing? Well, Octopus said that if it goes good with the developers, they will be introducing the system in a retrofit manner, so into properties that are already existing. But is it worth it for us property investors to now go and install these systems in a property that's already built at the cost that we've just been through? Well, I think it all depends on where your property is based within the UK and the rental you currently get. If you can increase your rental by more than £1,200 per year and essentially pay back the cost of these systems over that 30-year period, well, then you're doing good, and then you're also adding to the value of a property. However, this is ultimately dependent on where you are in the UK, because up north, where rental prices are much lower, the average rental price up north is around £750 for a 3-bedroom property. So increasing the rent by £1,200 per year may come as a bit of a shock and deter a few tenants. However, coming down to the south, where rental prices are on average around £1,300 per month, this is a lot cheaper and essentially is costing them 1 month's rent to now get 3 bills for living there. So it might pay to do it down south rather than up north, but ultimately that completely depends on you as a property investor and is seeing whether you can make that £1,200 per year back. So the most effective place that we can see this working within property investment is actually with landlords who invest in HMO properties. This is because the landlords have to pay the bills on the property each month. So by not having an energy bill to pay, you'll significantly increase your returns. However, you will need to calculate the output energy that you will need on an HMO prior to doing this. So an HMO might need to use more electricity, so you may need more solar panels on the property right from the get-go. Otherwise, Octopus Energy, I'm not going to be too happy with you using a lot more energy than you're actually producing. So obviously this is quite a good initiative, and it's inspiring developers to build more efficient homes, and we can hope to see this being rolled out in other properties, not just new build properties, in the near future. So I hope you found this video helpful, and please share it with anyone else who is looking into doing this initiative on their properties. Now, we have loads more information about property investments on our channel, so please do not forget to like and subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you think that this initiative is going to work, or if it's just something that's going to come and go. Well, thank you very much for watching the video, and as always, see you later.